Planet Water Podcast.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Water with, this is here obviously Martin Riese, your personal water sommelier, and I have always Michael, my co-host, with me. Hello Michael to Texas.
Hello Martin. After having taped a lot of shows with just black t-shirts, I'm very happy to see that we're in sync again and dressing up a little bit for this particular one, going to Ecuador.
You're absolutely right. I was really laughing when I saw you earlier and you have your beautiful snazy red jacket on. And I thought like, okay, I'm in pink. I should really be careful what I'm saying right now. And I should stand up because everybody should see what kind of pants I'm wearing. Yeah, let's see. Look at that. I think I don't show my underpants, so no worries about that. I want still that everybody can see it here on YouTube and not that we're getting moved over to Pornhub or something like that. We don't want that. But how are you, Michael? Why are you dressed up so amazing? I love the red jacket, actually. I really love it. It's great.
No, it was really the reason thinking we're too casual here. And, we are the number one podcast now in our water space. And I was thinking we need to dress up,
We should celebrate. I should celebrate with a glass of champagne or obviously a glass of amazing water. And we have something very special today here because this is one of my favorites. This is one of the best sparkling waters I ever tasted in my life. They won several times already the fine water tasting competition. We're going today to, Michael, where are we going?
We're going to Ecuador and we are very lucky we have Claudia with us. Hello, Claudia.
Hello, Claudia.
Hi, Michael. Hi, Martin. Thank you for having me today.
This is great. So, Claudia, you're obviously in Ecuador. So, how is Ecuador? First of all, how's the weather over there? And then, obviously, we're still in COVID-19 scenarios. So, the people who might be listening to us in 1 or 2 years, they might be like, what are they talking about? So, we're taping it right now. We are in mid of June. So, how is COVID-19 affecting you in Ecuador?
Well, right now we are 3 months after the very busy, the huge emergency we had. Right now we can go out, not a few days, only like once a week. But we can now go to eat outside. We can go to the grocery store. We can order takeout. We're very good. We're in a good place right now. Our city. I live in Guayaquil, in Ecuador, and we're in a very good state of mind also. We are very okay. That's the word. Okay.
You have to wear the mask as well, like us here in California.
Yeah. It's like a law. You can't go outside without the mask.
Look what Michael and Claudia. Look what right next to me. I have guests wearing the mask as well, and I thought like there might be not 6 feet apart. So look at the two teddy bears. They're wearing the mask, and then over there we have a zebra and an elephant wearing obviously the mask too. So I am surrounded by COVID-19 compliance guests, what I like to see. Here at the hotel, we're always taking at 30 etage where I am located, and we are very strict about our regulations as well. But let's go back to water, obviously, because this is something exciting. So Claudia, what is your role with Gültig?
I'm the brand manager. I manage all marketing, communications, PR about the brand, not only in Ecuador, but for other countries where we have Guitig there. I've been in the company like 10 years, so I'm very happy. We have accomplished in Ecuador and with Michael, with you, Martin, a lot of wonderful things with our brand. Right now, because of COVID, we are starting to communicate. We were a little bit slowed down because it wasn't the correct time, but we are now opening more. We're talking about how you can use Guitig in your house, how you can have an experience in your house with Guitig. But we are now in a good place. And again, thank you guys for having me today in your show, and I'm very happy to be here.
So it's really interesting. Martin and I both have been there a couple of times, and we always enjoyed it. So you said you live in Guayaquil, which is on the coast. and the source is close to Quito. Can you tell us a little bit about the source? Where's the source located?
Yes, I live in Guayaquil. Machachi is near Quito, which is the capital of Ecuador. So Machachi is like 45 minutes from Quito. It's a very nice place, a little town. There we have our factory, okay? It's in Machachi. It's called the Tesalia Springs Company. It's been called like that since 1909. We have like 100 years old working there. And it's a nice place. It's Machachi. We have a chalet. We have our source there. We have a lot of people, native people working there, a lot of families also, which have grown with the brand. And you went there, it's a magical place. We have natural pools with the water. People can swim there. People can go on the weekends to visit the factory, to visit the little house, to visit the pools, so they can have a good time in the weekends. It's a very nice place. Yeah.
Definitely. So Michael and myself were there. I was there for 2 years ago, I think, the last time. I had such a great time, and I think a lot of people obviously haven't been maybe to Ecuador. For me, it was fascinating how different Ecuador can be. So on the mountain, it was pretty cool. Then like an hour with a plane, and you're suddenly in tropical areas. And that was for me really something I did not know. I was impressed about the hospitality, obviously, of the Ecuadorian people. How nice, how very open-minded everybody is. And I think the culinary scene was incredible. I was fascinating. We had a chef for our event over there as well who created an incredible menu based on different waters. And that was for me mind-blowing and fascinating. And what we will do, because we have one of our classes in the Fine Water Academy. One of the assignments there, like we showcasing, Michael and myself are actually in Ecuador, and we take in Ecuador, and we showcasing about the kitchen, about the chef. And I think, Michael, what I will do, I will put one of the sequence into this podcast as well. So all the listeners, please go on YouTube, watch as well our podcast on YouTube, because you will see in the end of this podcast, I will put some stuff together where the spring is located, and then some pictures as well from Michael and myself, and obviously Claudia, where we were in Ecuador and how we did the event. But Michael, I'm a thirsty guy. You have Gültig with you?
Yes, I have.
Here we go. So Claudia, what kind of sizes do you have? Because a lot of people always in America asking me, oh Martin, all your fancy waters, they're so fancy. And when I'm telling them they might be fancy in America, but they are pretty much they're regular waters in the countries where they're coming from. For example, Vichy Catalana, everybody thinks that's super fancy, and it's the number one consumed sparkling water in Spain. So how is it with Gültig? Is this something very unique in Ecuador, or is it something where you can find it everywhere?
No, actually, in this category, which is mineral natural water with natural gas, is the only water in Ecuador, not to say in America, to have those benefits. It's a unique water. It's the unique brand with a bottled water, with a PET bottle in all formats. So it's like a very unique experience, a very unique flavor. But for Ecuadorians, it's like people have lived with the water from forever. They drink the water all the time with food in the house, outside the house. So it's like a very traditional way to drink water. For us, Guitig is like, no, it's not water, it's Guitig. When you ask for a water, you ask, give me a Guitig. No water, I want Guitig. And if you go to a restaurant and don't find Guitig, everybody says, like, no, go find me a Guitig. I can drink another thing. I want Guitig. Okay, so it's like a very good tradition. We have been with Ecuadorians since 1909, so it's like a very good place for the brands right now. And yeah, we are full of traditions and history also.
So Claudia, the name Gütig, Martin and I both being from Germany, there's an umlaut on the U. The name Gütig, is there any connection to Germany?
Yeah, actually, this is the first bottle. This is from 1909. Okay, so in that year, in those years, people only drink the water for actions like to be more digestive, to heart problems. So in those times, we didn't have like a lot of experts locally. So we hired in that time a German expert from waters, and when he came to Machachi, he like drank the water from the source also, and he said like Gültig, which means like good, fine, like kind. So everybody there were like Guitig, okay, because they couldn't pronounce Gültig. So it's like we have a German heritage, okay, but we are 100% Ecuadorian. So it's like a very nice history. Not everybody knows that, but we're going to like share with all Ecuadorians those hints, those little parts of Güitig, because it's important. It's nice, it's funny, and it connects also more with the world. In those times, you can imagine what an expert from Germany is doing in Ecuador, where he was creating the name of Güitig. It's very nice.
Interesting. So this is a 100% Ecuadorian water with some German background.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and actually the source is called Tesalia Springs. It's because Thessaly from Greece, because the owners back then went to a spa in Thessaly in Greece, and it was very nice for them. It was very memorable, so they went to Ecuador and called the factory Tesalia. So we are from everywhere, Greece, German, but the water is Ecuadorian.
So
good.
Interesting. So we should also really point out, two characteristics, and we want you to talk a little bit about this. Gültig being naturally carbonated. I wanted you to ask a little bit about that. But also, if you can mention, and I think it's basically in the same explanation, you actually have two sources there, two springs. One is naturally carbonated, one is not. So it's a very unique geological area, isn't it?
Yeah, we have two brands. One is Güitig and one is Tesalia. Güitig, as you know, is a natural mineral carbonated water, and Tesalia is a mineral with no gas. So we have like from 200 meters away, we have the natural mineral with no gas here and the natural gas here. So that's because that's a miracle of nature. Actually, Güitig is called the miracle of nature because of that, because you can have that unique source there and another unique source like 200 away. So we are, and Ecuadorians take good care of that. They are always amazed of the history, and that's what we call it, the miracle of nature, every day, every time.
I think that was fascinating for me too, when I've been to your spring, that I saw literally like the still source as an artesian spring coming out of the ground, what is for me like one of the most beautiful sceneries I can imagine. Like when I see water coming out of a spring, it's just, there's something special to it. And I had my drone with me, and I will actually put the footage as well, what I took on my drone, to the podcast, because it was so beautiful to see that. And then what you just said, 200 meters or 250 meters from that artesian spring away was the Gültig spring, which then comes out with this incredible natural occurring sparkling. It's fascinating for me that two different springs are so close to each other. The TDS levels of both springs, are they very similar to it, or are they completely different as well?
Well, they're actually completely different. Tesalia has like more TDS than Güitig because obviously for its origin, maybe Michael can go give more details about that, but they are very different. Tesalia has more intense TDS than Güitig, and you can taste that. Obviously with food, right now you're going to taste Güitig, obviously, so you can, and when you taste Tesalia, you know they are from the same source, but has different benefits, and it's like a different experience in your mouth. So it's very nice, it's very unique, and every time you drink a little thing of Güitig, a little thing of Tesalia, you always like discover something new, and that's the beauty of these kind of waters. They are unique, the history is unique, but you are always discovering something new. And for us, we are marketers, so we are like really wow. Every week, every month, we're like, wow, I didn't know that. How about we tell consumers to drink Güitig like this? How about we pair Güitig with this dish? How about we work with this? And we're always like in the move, looking for more ways to connect with our consumers. And because it's unique, it's history, it's wonderful, and it's something to share and to know more about.
Yeah, we noticed when we first started experience the water, that it has a lot of weight to it, but it's not unlike many brands that you have in Europe of naturally carbonated water that have 2,000-3,000 TDS and feel much, much heavier. So it feels a little bit lighter. Do you remember what is the TDS of Gültig?
It was like 1,200, between 1,500, 1,200, but it can, because of the source, sometimes it can go up, sometimes it can go down, but it's between always the climate. Right now we're in summer, so it's a little bit more up, and right in winter it's down. So it can change. From seasons, it can change, obviously, because of the PET bottle, glass bottle, so it's always evolving, but it will be that 1,200 or 1,500.
I think this is very interesting. A lot of people will say now, what? It can vary. Why? It's bottled water. It should be always the same TDS. And I think this is something very unique, again, about a product of nature. And we all know when we're going to the grocery store and we're buying carrots, just a simple carrot, or even better, a tomato. When the tomato season is on, the tomato is extremely intense in flavors. Very, very intense. When there's no tomato season in California, the tomato's been shipped from wherever, we don't know. It's almost like, and I should obviously not say this is a water sommelier, it almost tastes like water. The tomato, it has no flavors whatsoever because it's a product of nature. So it's the same with water. And what Claudia just said, I think, was fascinating. To say in the wintertime, the TDS is a little bit lower. Makes sense. In the wintertime, rainy season, more water go through the stone layer. So it's kind of like diluted a little bit. Versus in the summer, hot area, not so much rain. The water is more concentrated because there's not so much flow into the spring. So the TDS is higher. So I think it's fascinating and great to talk about this and to really understand that, yes, even they're saying TDS of 1,200, 1,300, 1,500, it will vary all the time. And I love to hear this. And this is the first time we're actually talking about this, that sparkling waters or mineral waters or still waters can vary slightly because that, again, is a product of nature. And that is not a product of a factory. So when you're thinking about purified waters, yes, they are always the same minerals in it. Always the same. It doesn't matter where you're drinking that particular purified water around the globe. It will be always the same. It's different, obviously, with a product of nature. And that is what we want to drink now because I'm getting thirsty. I talked now for 20 minutes and I did not have any water. And I have this amazing Guitig in front of me. And I'm very eager to have this again. So Guitig, for the people who maybe see it right now, this is the most accurate one, I think. That's the most modern one with the
with the
like
falls,
thing
yeah.
here.
It's
I love this. This is great for two reasons. First of all, I think from a design standpoint, this is beautiful that this has like this little like gap in here. And people, now you can see it better, I think, that this has this little gap. For the restaurant people, this is really cool because sometimes we all know we're chilling down bottles and when it's warm, they're getting a little cloudy because there's a lot of water from the condense on it and they can be very slippery. By Gütig, you can put your hand very nicely surrounding it and nothing is slippery anymore. So this is actually very, very nicely done. I don't know if you had this in mind for servers, but for me, that is really cool as a serving standpoint, that this is easy to actually capture. So this is very, very, very nice. And we're gonna pour this now. So it's a natural occurring sparkling water. This is not artificial carbonated. I think that's very important for people to understand. Again, Michael and myself have the Fine Water Academy. There's a whole, the whole video about natural occurring sparkling water and artificial occurring sparkling waters. And Michael and myself are both agreeing it's quite fascinating how different they can actually taste. Here we go. Cheers to everybody. Cheers to our listeners. And we'll all have Gültig in the glass. Cheers.
Cheers. Look at my beautiful bottle. This is an earlier version. And there were some different artists were hired to create a different bottle. And that's one of my favorite bottles. Do you want to talk a little bit about the artists you hired for the bottle design while we are tasting the waters?
Yeah, I actually have the other one. This is like a print. Yeah, we are working always with artists, with art, and we decided to do a venture with two famous designers from Ecuador, Gustavo Coso and Olga Dumet. We went to Machachi with them, and then they inspired Olga with with the Machachi flowers, like the bottle you have there. Gustavo, more of the human inspiration. So we did a special edition here in Ecuador. We always do one within 2 years. We always do like with designers, with Christmas. People love to collect their Güitig design. We have many Güitig lovers who are like, oh my God, I want a new bottle, I want a new design. So it's like a premium way to enter the house, to enter more traditions, and to connect more with people. We are working in something special, coming soon, hopefully, with more artists to come. That's the way we are looking forward to not only sell those editions in Ecuador, but to move forward in other countries in the US, please. We're looking for that. So it's very nice you have one. It's my favorite also. Olga is very nice, and Gustavo is also very talented. We are very pleased with them. Yeah.
Claudia, just to give you the heads up, maybe you don't know, let's say it like that. Michael is a very good artist. And I don't want to say something now, but I can paint too. I have a lot of pictures painted in my life. So when you need help with the American market, and you really don't know anybody here in America to maybe could create a beautiful bottle design, I have two people in mind for you. And I think it would be actually fun and hilarious that water sommeliers putting art on a water bottle. I just want to put it out there. Huh? No pressure. Just give me a call later for that, but no pressure on your side, please. But I think
very nice pitch, Martin. Very nice pitch. I like it.
And the again, water bottle edition. That's to think about.
Yeah, and again, if you don't know anybody in the US, we're definitely your best artists.
I know.
I was not that bad to paint. Do you actually know my picture? Do you ever saw my pictures, Michael? No, huh?
No.
I still have them in Germany. They are very, it's very Andy Warhol pop art. It's like very intense colors. You know me, I'm a very shiny person. So, and now I think nobody knows actually that I painted pictures in my life. So, except my wife. Anyhow, we want to talk a little bit about the water as well, because we just tasted it. And again, I had Gültig now several times, and I'm staying to what I said earlier, to my statement. What an incredible sparkling water. For two reasons right away. It is obviously, we're always drinking our waters room temperature, because I love to taste water room temperature. I'm doing this all the time. I do not chill any of my bottles down. The most important reason is because I actually want to taste everything out of the water. And when you're chilling something down, it's kind of like you're putting an ice cube on your knee when you're hurting yourself. You try to numb down the nerves. It's the same when you're trying to get everything rid of taste panels. You're pretty much chilling everything down. You cannot taste anything anymore. That might be the reason Coca-Cola always says, please chill me before drinking it. Because we all know that a Coca-Cola warm, nobody wants to drink that. So for me, that water feels chilled. It's very interesting about Gültig. It really feels it's a chilled water, even it's on room temperature. So it's very easy on your palate. Let's say it like that. The second reason I love Gültig is due to the carbonation level. This almost easy feeling to drink it. This beautiful, very mellow carbonation. It's not in your face like a Gerolsteiner. A Vichy can be very harsh on your palate. What I think could be great in certain scenarios. But this Gültig is an incredible sparkling water when it comes to food pairing, because it's so easy to drink. It's very mellow and has interesting for sparkling water, almost sweet complexity in the aftertaste. What is very unique about sparkling waters, because on a regular base, the acidic notes of the carbonation, the CO2, comes way stronger through. By Gültig, it's a very easy to drink and almost sweet complexity comes through. What do you think, Michael, about Gültig?
Yeah, I totally agree. It's definitely the bubbles. You pour it in the glass, the bubbles are fairly big. You think, oh, that's going to be a punch in the face, right? And then you notice how mellow they are. They stay a long time. You pour it again and again, and they're still in the bottle because the carbonation really has a lot of network of molecules to hold on to, so the carbonation stays for a long time. I really enjoy the medium carbonate, the medium minerality level, meaning it doesn't have such a high minerality, so you can do fish and you can do things that you usually don't pair naturally carbonated water with because of the difference in the minerality. And I think what we're also both reacting to is there's a almost total absence, or in my opinion, I don't sense it, of sulfur in the water. Many other carbonated waters you can smell, right? We know, you know how Vichy smells, you know how Roy smells, right? That smells like something. But I noticed there's an absence of any kind of the smell and the sulfur. And that again makes it very approachable. For me, it's a perfect water. I shouldn't say middle of the road because it sounds like it's nothing, but it's really a go-to water if you don't know how to pair water with almost any kind of food. I think you cannot go wrong with Gültig.
I like what you're saying. And for a lot of restaurants, and I think it's going to change, we both know it's going to change, that restaurants will become more and more aware of the fact that water has taste, and they should have at least a selection of water. I don't even want to say water menu, but a selection of like 2 or 3 sparkling and 2 or 3 still waters. It's going to happen. It's going to happen for everybody. And I see more and more restaurants now doing this. But when you would be a restaurant and you just can't do it from a technical standpoint, and you don't want to have a water menu or water list, Gültig would be for me the choice, because it's what you just said, Michael, it's a golden road. It's a good middle way to please both sides, to please a person who wants a sparkling water, but still please a person who says, I want like a medium sparkling water, and I don't want to have it like in my face, too intense in taste. It's like what I'm sometimes using, like a charming boy. It needs to cater to all beautiful, incredible women. So that is what Gültig is for me. What I think is great. Mike is already laughing. I see Michael in the picture right now. But I think this is this. And now we're coming to the sensational standpoint again. But this is really, for me, this is a charming boy who caters to everybody. Obviously, not just ladies. I don't want to hear now something like, Martin, please. Maybe a charming boy is great something for a gentleman as well. Not my place to judge. Everybody prefers different ways. But I think this is a great thing. And this is really why I think they won gold as well with their water, because it's incredible good water and you can really taste the beautiful nuances of this water. So Claudia, how is the perception in Ecuador about the water? People saying like, yeah, this is a great water, we all love this, or is this sometimes where people saying like, no, Gültig is just for this or just for that?
Yeah, actually, people call it also the miracle of nature, but also the perfect bubble. Okay, we actually had a little campaign talking about the bubbles, the natural carbonation. So it's like, this is the perfect bubble, this is the perfect beverage, and people love Güitig. Actually, we are coming up with something later these days called Güitig Lovers, because it's amazing how many people talk about the brand. Okay, they talk about, oh my God, I want Güitig. Oh my God, I'm thirsty. I love Güitig. And it's like, it's amazing. It's organic because they actually love the brand. So we actually were giving away some bottles, some packs to those lovers. And we're going to talk about them in our digital platforms. We're also going to make some videos because there is a lot of love. Okay, Güitig lovers, and not only because this is a nice bottle, this is a nice brand, but it's because you can use Güitig with a lot of things. You talk about food, okay, that's one, but we also have a lot of traditions like mixology. You, all weekends from Friday to Sunday, you have to drink whiskey with Güitig, okay? We actually have also some drinks with gin and Güitig, and we have some mixers coming up because this is a trend. Some people are saying, I don't want my drink with any water. If I'm going to drink with something else, it has to be Güitig because it's natural, because the bubble, because it's a different way and a different experience. So we have 2 years ago, you were in the dinner. We have a lot of drinks, unique drinks, because it's a good experience to have a good dish a nice water, and a very good drink. Okay? And we also have another tradition, like when you want to eat something and then comes coffee, between those times you have to drink a shot of Güitig. Okay, so you have to drink first a shot of Güitig, then eat, and then another shot of Güitig, because the bubbles increase the flavors. The bubbles increase the experience between one dish and another. Because obviously before coffee you can like decrease some of the huge impressions coffee makes you. So it's like amazing how many ways, not only in a very nice glass or in a very nice water, but how many different uses the water can have. So it's like experiences, different histories, and that's why we have many Güitig lovers. Because if people want to drink it with lemonade, that's one. If people want to drink it with food, that's another one. Or if people want to like only be thirsty and drink a lot of water, it's Güitig. So we have come to a place like we have, oh my God, too many lovers that we want to give them Güitig. We want to talk about them. So that's a very nice good to start. For me, like we're starting the year again. Okay, we're like starting to communicate again. We're like going to connect again with our consumers. It's the new normal, new traditions, new moments. So it's like very good to know we have Güitig lovers waiting for us in this new season.
So I'm very happy, Claudia. I'm very happy that you have so many Gütig lovers in Ecuador, and I'm very happy for them that they can go anywhere and get a bottle of Gütig. But I think you guys need to start thinking about sharing. You cannot keep it all for yourself. You need to get the water into other places. And we have been begging you for years and years and years. You know, there's a huge market here. There's 350 million people. Your water would fit perfectly into the US for many, many reasons. And just recently, as you know, Badois had to scale back the production. So they removed Badois from the market, which is a similar or very close to Gütig water, a little bit smaller bubbles, about the same TDS level. So there was a huge opening again. So why is it so difficult? You have two champions here. Why does it take so long to move into the US? What's wrong with us? Why are you not sharing it with us?
Well, we have tried. You know that. I don't know, because we have to find the perfect partner, okay? But we are in another country. We are in Guatemala, we are in Puerto Rico, we are in the US, but focus on the Ecuadorian market there. So we are there, we're in the US. And actually, I have very good news. In like 3 weeks, we're going to start selling Güitig in Panama. You were in Panama a year ago, I think. So I was thinking, like, Michael was in Panama, Güitig has to be there. So 1 year later, we're going to Panama. I wish we can, maybe later this year, I don't know, we can do something there together in Panama, because we think it's a very good market. It's like a hub for every other country. So we're very happy to announce that we're going to sell there. And our Miracle of Nature is coming to Ecuador and again to another parts of the world. So yeah, you know, my dream is in the US, you are drinking Güitig all the time. So believe me, I'm not going to leave Güitig until we sell in the US. Mark my words.
I just wanted to say, Chloe, because I good that you just said, like, over your dead body, Gütig will never be in the US. So thank you so much for that, because I just wanted to say I feel harassed now from you. Because you said Michael was in Panama, so Gütig needs to be in Panama now. So Michael lives in the United States, and I live in the United States. And I feel somehow right now neglected completely from Gütig, that you just say, no, Martin, because you're in the US, we had this in the last episode about drug dealing, that water sommeliers are nothing else than drug dealers. Michael came up with that concept. And I agree actually with him. I was shocked first, and then I thought in the night, he's right. We're selling drugs because we're trying to hook people on incredible, amazing sparkling waters and still waters from nature. And then when people cannot get them, they're almost like, feel like, I need this stuff, huh? Give it to me. So I feel like we want to be the drug dealers of Ecuador for Gültig, Michael and myself, and we would be honored to work with you together, not just painting your beautiful bottles, obviously. Even we want to drink them, and I would love to have them here at Petit Hermitage at the water menu. Because let's face it, look at this bottle, look at my surrounding. I think it's a perfect fit.
Perfect. Guitig is going to go to USA right now. I'm going to sell Guitig in the US only for Martin and Michael. Yeah, that's a dream. That's a very good
Claudia,
dream.
but when you're just serving Martin and myself, I can't afford to pay $2,000 per bottle, huh? Because I know how much that is to get everything over here as well. So it's a nice idea, and I know you need to make money, but I still need to have an okay price for my guests, obviously, at the hotel. But I think Michael and myself would be honored, and let's put like a little jokes by side. I think Michael and myself obviously would be honored to have Gültig in the States because it is an incredible water. And Michael was completely right when he said Badois could not cater to the United States anymore because they have some issues with the spring. We all know that climate change exists and climate change is real, and Badois had to get out of the United States because they have to make sure they can cater to the other countries would like to cater because the spring cannot afford anymore so much water. So I think Gültig would be actually an incredible good supplement for Badois, even a slightly better supplement in my belief, because Badois, yes, had tiny bubbles. The TDS was around 1,200, but it has slightly salty notes in the aftertaste, what I cannot really detect so much on Gültig. Because here you have a little bit more sweeter notes, and the American people love everything what is sweet. So I even think Gültig would be even a better supplement than Badois. So that's quite interesting, and maybe for you guys. Again, I would love to see it. I think it would be an incredible water to see, to have this here in the United States. So what are the next steps, Claudia, for Gültig? You said Panama is interesting for you, hopefully United States. Is there anything exciting going on right now with Gültig where you said like, oh my God, we have this and this planned and I actually want to share this? Or is this like, because we all know this year is pretty much over. I think it's just a tough year for everybody. When I talked to a little water producer or several water producers, they all said, you know, Martin, 2020 is just forget about it and everything will restart in 2021.
Yeah, actually, well, for us, March was a very difficult time because we have to like shut down everything. All our planning, our ideas, our concepts were like, oh my God, what we're going to do? But like I was saying before, for us, this month is like a new year. We are going to communicate. We're going to, obviously, we're not going to have our experience, our events, our wow, glamour experiences, but we're going to communicate through Güitig how to live this new normal. Okay, how we're going to join you in our house, in your community, in your experiences with food, with chefs. So we're going to share a lot of emotional views, emotional compliments, emotional content to connect and to tell the consumers we're there. But not only like telling, we're going to do some options. Okay, we're going to do some mixologies, ventures. We're going to do some food pairings with some chefs. So we're going to be more like determined to talk about the actions and telling that. But we're going to share a lot of our new experiences with Güitig. Okay, it's a very difficult times right now, but we're going to make the effort to be there. Okay. And that's what I can tell you. We have a lot of great ideas, great like concepts, but they're going to be in 2021. So when I can share you more with you guys, obviously you're going to be the first ones. I wish you can come to Ecuador, to our family, to our brand, to our Machachi, to be there again, to give us a very hug, a very good laugh, a very good food, a very good drink. We are hopefully in the middle of the year, but for us, it's the starting of the year. We have some very good ideas. We're happy. We're okay. We are in a very good mood today.
Yeah, it's good to hear, and we notice it from all around the world that the brands are coming back. They say, as you said, this is the beginning of the year for many of them. You know, they were kind of in hibernation for a while, and that's the beginning of the year. And again, Martin and I would love to come down there, do some events. We had some great food events. We met, amazing people, amazing chefs. We ate some fantastic food. And it was really good seeing you, Claudia. And hopefully we'll see you in person very soon. And please stay safe and don't go anywhere you shouldn't be going. And, we want you around.
Thank you, guys. No, I cannot go to a plane right now. Maybe soon. But I'm very happy. I'm very happy to be talking to you. I'm very happy to be sharing with you. And I'm very happy that you're guys okay. And that you're also very good with the Fine Waters Academy. Like I told you, I will be joining you this year to study, to be more educated about water. So I'm very happy. Thank you again. Please, I'm going to be sharing with you more info, more news. And I hope you guys have a very good month, a very good, not year, we're going to be talking about that, but I'm very happy. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Claudia. And I love what you just said. And Michael, obviously, thank you again for this incredible good podcast today. And I love that you said, like, you know what? This is the new year. We're starting now. This is like, and you guys are excited. And I'm always saying, and I just poured myself another glass. And there are two types of people always on this. This could be a half empty glass or a half full glass. And I know for the water companies, this is clearly a half full glass. We're in the middle of the year. It's June 2020 right now. And all this because we all know oxygen actually has an impact on water as well. So this is always a full glass of water and not just a half glass. So cheers, everybody. You know me. Stay thirsty, stay hydrated. Drink good water today with Gültig from Ecuador. What an incredible water. Hopefully here for the people in the US. Hopefully you can taste it at one point at Petit Hermitage or in general. I would love to see this like the same when I went to Ecuador, that I can see it everywhere. This is what it should be, because good water should be on your shelves and not just purified water. Stay thirsty, happy hydration, and cheers, and see you next time to a beautiful podcast here, A Water with Michael and Martin. Cheers.